Jules Verne, Around the World in 80 Days. Chapter 3. Detective Fix. The 9th of October. Detective Fix was one of the detectives investigating the robbery at the Bank of England. He was a small, thin man with a nervous, intelligent face and bright eyes. In his years as a detective, he knew only one thing for certain. The greatest criminals of all time looked like respectable gentlemen. Money, the quick departure and the respectability of Phileas Fogg made him a suspect, and Inspector Fix wanted to catch him and get the reward. He discovered that Phileas Fogg was on the Mongolia, a ship that sailed from Brindisi in Italy to Bombay in India. Our detective decided to look carefully at all the people getting on and off the Mongolia. On Wednesday, the 9th of October, Mr. Fix saw Phileas Fogg and his servant when they arrived in Suez. "So, there is our thief," he whispered. "All I need to do now is to tell Scotland Yard and wait for a warrant for his arrest, and then the reward is mine." When the Mongolia arrived at the port, Phileas Fogg left the ship. He had to get a stamp in his passport. Then he went back to the ship. Fix watched him and decided to speak to his servant who stayed in the town. "Can I help you?" asked Fix. "You're very kind," said Passepartout. "Is this Suez?" "Yes," said Fix. "Suez. In Egypt, in Africa." Passepartout looked at Fix with wide eyes. "Africa," he said. "This morning I saw Paris again from 7:20 to 8:15 in the morning, and now I'm here in Africa." "You are in a great hurry, then?" asked the detective. "I'm not. My master is." "Oh, and I have to buy some shoes and shirts." "We came away with only one small bag for the journey." "I'll show you the way to the shops." "Thank you," said Passepartout, and the two men walked through Suez. "I have to be careful about the time. The ship leaves again in a short time." "You have plenty of time. It's only 12 o'clock, Fix answered. "Why, it's only 8 minutes to 10, Passepartout replied. "You've got London time on your watch. That's 2 hours behind Suez time. When you go around the world, time changes. On your journey, you'll have to change the time on your watch for each new country." "What? Change the time on my watch?" "Never," said Passepartout. Fix smiled. 5 minutes later he said, "Here are the shops. You can buy everything here. I think you left London quickly." "Oh, yes. Last Wednesday Mr. Fogg came back from his club at 7:50 in the evening. He usually comes back at midnight, and then we started our journey." Fix thought about that. Then he asked, "But where is Mr. Fogg going?" "Round the world." "Round the world?" "Yes, in 80 days. He says it is for a bet." "Is he rich?" Fix asked. "I think he is," said Passepartout. The Frenchman was always ready to talk. He has a lot of new banknotes with him and he buys things all the time. He gave the captain of the Mongolia a lot of money because he wanted to get to Bombay early. "Good day, Mr. Fix. My name is Mr. Fix. Sorry not to introduce myself. My name is Jean Passepartout. I'm sure we'll see each other again." Passepartout touched his hat and waved goodbye. So the detective rode to London and asked for a warrant in Bombay. Phileas Fogg was tall and wore expensive clothes. He left London quickly. He had a lot of money in new banknotes. Phileas Fogg was, Fix thought, the bank thief. 10 minutes before the Mongolia left Suez, Fix was on the ship with a light bag and some money. He was on his way to Bombay too. Phileas Fogg, on the other hand, was carefully planning his journey. He kept detailed notes of the date, the length of each part of the journey, the time and the places they stopped in. On the 10th of October, the ship left Suez for the next stop, Bombay, India. Phileas Fogg looked at the timetable. The Mongolia will arrive in Bombay on the 22nd of October, he wrote in his little black book.